So welcome to my kitchen, where on this video I'm going to walk you through me cooking a Sunday meal. Our meal today is going to be chicken thighs that I'm going to walk you through how I do the chicken, and it's going to be served over rice with like a mushroom sauce, mushroom and vegetable sauce. It should be really good. Alright, here on the counter I've already cut up my onion and my celery. I find that if I caramelize red onion, that my gut is fairly okay with it. So I got onion and celery, and then we got some carrots. Later on we're going to add some garlic. Here's some mushrooms. And then we've got this better than bouillon. We're going to use that. And then we've got a couple of different non-dairy butters. So when I'm done with this, David will be able to eat it. Here's our chicken thighs. Always be careful with handling raw chicken or raw meat of any sort, really. I've already done all my cutting that I need for the cutting board, so now we're doing this now, and then this can get washed as soon as we're done. I'm going to go ahead and season. I'm going to use some of this Alpine Touch glacier pepper, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the Mango Magic rub to season it. It's a really good combo. We've done this before. So I'm going to put a little bit of pepper on all this. And you really, when you're peppering up stuff, go hog wild. It's good stuff. Plenty of seasoning. And then this stuff right here. All right. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'll just flip them over real quick. Put some seasoning in on the other side. And I'm going to wash my hands again here real shortly. I'm going to rinse them off right now before I grab that bottle. Alright, and then a little bit of rub on this side here. And some pepper. There you go. So now into a cast iron pan that I've put some bacon grease in, and I have on medium heat. We're going to go ahead, and it's been heating up, so I'm going to go ahead and take the chicken. I'm going to just start laying it in here, and we're going to start cooking it. So we're going to cook it up. We're going to get it mostly, we're going to get cooked mostly through, and then we're going to pull it out and let it rest for a little bit after we get it cooked. Try and get it all in here. It's a big batch, so it may take a little bit to squish everything in here. Alright, so now we got the chicken cooking, and that's going to sit here. We're going to let it cook halfway through, flip it over, or actually third way through, flip it over, another third, flip it back over, another towards the middle, enough, flip it back over towards the middle. And then over here what we've got going on is we have our rice. So I've got some rice in here, about 2 cups of rice. I've got a little bit of the better than bouillon, the vegetable bouillon in here with some lemon pepper on the rice. So this is going to cook up, and we'll have a really nice rice that we can serve this on, a nice seasoned rice. Alright, so we're going to flip the chicken. There we go. See? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for it to be nice and getting browned on that side. We're going to flip it. We're going to flip it a couple of times, but the big deal is we want to, get that to happen the way we want it to happen. We want it to cook all the way through, but we're going to be putting it back in here. Alright, so the chicken is pretty much done. It's cooked through. We're going to take that off. Take that off the burner. We're going to just take this, throw all this goodness on a plate over here, and that's going to leave us behind some drippings that we're going to cook into. So to that we're going to add, I would recommend butter at this point, but this is something that David has to be able to eat, so I'm putting in some of this this stuff. It's like it's like a margarine, but it's not. Anyway, put that in there. Let it cook, let it kind of melt down. There we go. Alright. And now I'm going to add my onions. So I'm going to add my onions in here. And I'm going to add my celery. And we're just going to let that cook. And take and stir that. We're going to let that caramelize and cook down. And then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so this is cooked down quite a bit now. That's like the way we want it. And now our next step, we're going to grab some of this garlic. We're just going to grab a little bit. Don't have to grab a bunch. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to let that aroma come through. And now, I'm going to add these carrots. And then we're going to add some stock to it to submerge it a little bit. Enough for these carrots to cook. And we're going to turn the heat down a little bit. Alright, I've let it cook for a little bit. The next step is I'm going to add some balsamic vinegar. I'm not going to get too crazy with it, but just enough to give it some flavor. Alright, so that's what we were looking at. And carrots are cooking. We got the temperature down. So now I'm going to cook it, cap it, and let it reduce down. Alright, so we just pulled the cover off this. It's been cooking for a little bit. And these carrots, let's see how they're doing. Definitely starting to soften up. So we're gonna get pretty close. We're getting pretty close to being where we need to be. I also added some mushrooms to this, a small can of mushrooms. Now, since I do want this sauce a little thicker than it is now, let's eat another carrot. I want to see if this is any good. Oh yeah. They're pretty much done. Alright, Lily. Want to try one?
Is it really hot?
Yeah, they're kind of warm. Pick it up with your fingers. I already got plates out too, by the way. So anyway, I want to thicken this up a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of cornstarch to this. And I'm going to whisk this in, stir this in real good. And that's going to make an immediate change because it's going to thicken it up. And that's going to make it more of a sauce that I can in turn coat on top of things as opposed to a soup. It's too liquidy right now, so I really want it to be more of a sauce. Alright, so now we got it all saucy. You can see how it's formed up that way. It's more of a sauce than anything. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our chicken. We're just going to take this chicken and we're going to add it right back in. And you got to just force it in there, get it into the sauce. Yeah. Get that in there real nice. Alright, so now we got our chicken in there, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we just got the chicken back in here again. We're going to let it sit here, and we've got the stove down on low. We're just going to let it kind of bring the chicken back up to temperature where it was before. And then we're going to set the table, right?
I already did.
Wonderful. So check it out. This is the sauce we got. Look at that. And that's the sauce. Got our mushrooms in there. Chicken's nice and tender, but yet cooked all the way through. And there it is. Alright, so the proof in the pudding is in the eating, right? Mm-hmm. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? So, Lily, how do you like it?
It's really good, and if I would rate it from a scale to 1 to 10, I would probably rate it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, nice. David, what do you think about it?
That is good.
Alright. Calissa, what do you think?
Good.
Good. And Mom, what do you think about this?
It's not British. Very flavorful.
Good. And this concludes this episode of Cooking with Patrick.